3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Bean Gaming. We are going to take a look at using TinyTask on King Amunra. Remember, for King Amunra, you have to go to your backpack. You have to use one of your ancient coins that you buy from the main lobby of the Crypt Kings, and then you have to purchase a scarab, and then the scarab takes you right over here. So you already know that. Let's hop in game right now, and we'll take a look at how I TinyTask this thing. Now, your team may be different than mine, so let me go ahead and pull up TinyTask real quick. I have 90 seconds to get this done, minute and a half. And you should already have your TinyTask set up. You want to go to Preferences, and just to make sure, you want to set your playback loops. And I typically put it on 1000, although roughly 25 to 30 is good enough. Even 100 would be just fine. Go ahead and hit OK. And remember that we're going to be using the recording hotkeys of Control, Shift, Alt, and R. And then when we do playback, we're going to do Control, Shift, Alt, P. So P for playback and R for recording. And now I'm going to put that in the background, have your main screen up, and we're going to go ahead and hit record by doing Control, Alt, Shift, and R to record. I don't want to do difficulty level 50, so I'm going to click it on 1 and go ahead and hit play. And I'm not touching anything on the keyboard. And the only keys I use on the keyboard are W, A, S, and D. Wait a moment for it to come up, hit choose, horror mode selected. I'm going to go to the left, get to my spot right in the middle, and hit start game. And I'm also going to use keybinds as well. So I'm pressing 1 on the keypad, and I have all the space to work with. I want to leave a little bit of a buffer here so that in case TinyTask overshoots this position here, that this King Rev is not going to not work. And same thing on the left-hand side. So you want to make sure your money is a little bit more than what you actually need. So I know King Rev is every 5,000. I didn't place this first King Rev at exactly 5,000. I waited just a little bit. And I can place 2 more King Revs, but now I'm going to go ahead and try and level up here just by holding down Control on the keyboard and clicking with the mouse. I'm going to click off every once in a while in case one of those menus pops up that kind of gets annoying and in the way. And I'm just waiting, and I'm just using Control and clicking with the mouse to upgrade my King Revs. And it doesn't really matter which King Rev you put, because you're going to gain enough money eventually at some point to completely click. And you don't want to fast click either. That's going to be a mistake, because sometimes when you click too fast, it's not going to work. Go ahead and click to upgrade. And I need to get to, I think it's 110, 120, roughly around there for King Rev. Here we go. So now I have enough money, and to make sure all my King Revs are upgraded, now I can visually see they are, but TinyTask may miss it. I'm going to click multiple times slowly on this first King Rev on the left, then I'm moving over to this next King Rev, the third King Rev, and then the fourth King Rev. And I'm actually going to put another King Rev in the back, and I'm going to slowly click him to upgrade and overclick to upgrade. And I'll put one more King Rev in the back here. And once again, slowly clicking and clicking multiple times just to make sure he's good to go. Now I'm going to scoot up in the map a little bit here. And I'm going to place 2 regular King Revs. Notice I'm not going to put them close to the edge here. I'll put them close to the middle. 1 King Rev. And I can go ahead and slowly click him. And then overclick to fully upgrade. Pressing number 2 on the keyboard. Another King Rev right here, and slowly upgrading right here. Okay, now we're good. So we're going to scooch forward again. And I'm going to put down my King Midases, all my King Midases. I'm going to put 1 here, and I'll put 1 over here. You can do them 1 at a time. I would recommend doing either 1 or 2 at a time, as long as they're on opposite sides. You don't really want to stack them. That could cause a little bit of an issue. And then I'll go ahead and I'm pressing 3 on the keyboard now, another King Rev here, and slowly click to upgrade, and over-clicking, going back to this King Rev, going back to this, I'm not King Rev, King Midas, going back to this King Midas, going back to this King Midas. I'll place down another King Midas right in front here. Once again, notice the buffer between the path and my King Midas. Okay, we're going to scoot up a little bit more. And I have my shiny King Rev, or King Midas placed. Now I'm going to do my regular King Midas. I have 4 of those coming your way. 1 and 2. Go ahead and slowly click to upgrade and overclick. Slowly click again. And we can scoot up. We can go ahead and press W on the keyboard to scoot up. Pressing 4 on the keyboard, 4 on the keyboard for King Midas. And you do want to make sure you know exactly however many of these heroes you want and their exact amounts. I know I could place all 6 King Revs, and of the Shiny King Revs, only 2 normal King Revs max out of Shiny King Midas, regular King Midas. That way I have 4 Amunras left over and max out my team. So scoot up a little bit more. The least amount of movements, the better. I'm pressing 5 on the keyboard. King Amunra right in the middle. This King Amunra right in the middle. And he takes a moment to upgrade. So let's go ahead and slowly click, and over clicking again. You can see right in the middle of my screen, it says fully upgraded once I'm done over clicking. And scoot up one last time, and there's my final King Amunra, and there we go, my last 2 Amun-Ras, and now we are good to go. Slowly clicking, and look, we are on wave 14. Are we about to do wave 15, or is it wave 14? It's on wave 14. I wasn't really paying attention too much. Now, I don't want to move. I am done moving. I'm going to stay right here. Remember, I'm not playing the game. I'm trying to TinyTask this thing. So we're actually good to go. In the meantime, people have asked me, well, can I save my recording? That's not really a good idea, because for whatever reason, once there's dead space like there is right now, there's no movement. I'm not moving, I'm not placing anything. It seems like TinyTask omits that when you're saving it. And so when you go to play, I could end up getting to this spot here, but then it's going to start over. It's going to repeat, and I don't want that to happen. So your best bet is to record the TinyTask one time, and then just keep letting it run and run and run and run for as ever many games as possible. And then if you have to exit the game and come back in, that's fine, you can do that, just don't close down TinyTask, leave it up. So we're on wave 16, and I'll go ahead and jump right onto the boss. Now we're in the boss wave, wave 20. Notice I have not moved. And also, I know you can use, I think it's the letters O and I on the keyboard to zoom in and zoom out. You do not want to do that either. Don't mess around with anything else besides moving left, right, up and down, and then using your mouse to click. And the boss is out, and yeah, it's going to take probably a little bit longer than you normally would if you were playing this actively, but that's totally fine. I know King Amunra is not going to make it, and that's the other thing too. You want to make sure before you TinyTask any map that you're able to defeat it pretty easily, because anything close isn't going to work, or you're potentially putting yourself up in danger. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and hit play again. I just waited a few moments just in case there's some issues going on, and now I'm hitting Control, Shift, Alt, and R to end the recording. And now I'm good to go. Hopefully that worked. And let's go ahead and try it one more time and see if it works, see if the recording works. Control, Shift, Alt, and P to play. So difficulty level, gonna go ahead and click one time. This is all automated now. TinyTask is doing this. And then the intro screen comes up. There's horror mode. I should be able to go ahead and choose. And now Bean's gonna move to the left. It's a very easy movement for this map. And it looks like he got right in the correct spot, which is really good. And I'm going to place down a shiny King Rev, and there I am showing everyone, keep a little bit of a buffer space, and there he is. He was placed very nicely. And take a look at the money. I could technically place a new King Rev right now, but I waited, and there we go. Now I can place him. There's a little bit of a buffer for the money. And let's make sure everything gets placed properly. You really don't want to overlap your heroes as well. I don't think I mentioned that earlier. And there we go. All 4 Shiny King Revs are placed in the back. And now I'm going to start to click to upgrade here. These mini mummies and mummy crawlers, they're not going to survive. I already know that. You definitely do not want to do any level 50s on these kind of maps. It's just, you're asking for trouble. Do it as easy as possible because the rewards are all the same. Alright, I think that's pretty much going to be it. I think I covered everything. And so let me know in the comments down below what team you use. And also let me know if you'd like me to continue doing these kinds of TinyTask videos for the house. And if so, what map do you want me to show you? So if you did enjoy this video, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!